You can normally tell how good a method of making money is by how much money is sitting in a person's Phantom wallet. Look here, 200 G's sitting in my Phantom wallet thanks to a deving method that I discovered. If you watch this video, I'm going to show you a simple step-by-step method that allowed me to dev coins and make money consistently.
Historical, unbelievable, amazing.
This video is for educational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Your capital is still at risk. I'm just here to explain how the process works. Okay, folks, we are nearly at the live demonstration portion of this video, but first I always like to take a look at some of the charts and see how these coins are doing. This one is actually quite good. This is a coin that I would probably take an interest in because, as you can see, it's not been running very long, but the initial market interest is definitely there. It's nearly been running 45 minutes, and it has, on the whole, just been an upward trajectory, which is great, you know, and it's great when you find these coins like this, but they are few and far between. And of course, there is always the threat at any point of the dev pulling the rug out from under everybody's feet. That's the one thing I think that makes everybody so nervous, and it's why a lot of coins just can't get anywhere. Even when they do have investors, right, they still, you know, pull out all of their money and the price just crashes because they're not willing to stick around and make more money later in case they get pulled. So having good P&Ls like this with only a handful of transactions it's quite rare, and mostly it's devs doing it. So let's figure out how we can dev ourselves without the need to know coding. We can use a platform like createcoin.fun. This is a platform that allows us to launch our own coin. Don't need to code anything. All we need is a bit of Solana and a bit of time and the ability to push some buttons. And if you can push buttons, which I'm sure you can because you're here, then you should be able to launch your own coin, get some hype, get some money, and then pull it all and put it into your pocket. That's what we're doing today. First of all, let's have a look at the different markets that are available to these coins. So this is the pump market here, and as you can see, the market caps are kind of low, and there's a reason for that, and it's because the pump market is just stuffed to the gills with shit coins. Now, there are a few that obviously make it, and they really amass the wealth, but most barely get past the 1k mark. And it's just because, again, every time you launch, there's like 10,000 other coins you've got to compete with. But let's take a quick look at the Meteora market using Dynamic on Terminal. You can see here the average market caps are much higher, and it's spread a lot more evenly overall. And that's because there are just way less coins on this market, and you don't have as much competition. That's what CreateCoin uses. It uses the Meteora market. Now, I've got just over $100 inside my Phantom wallet, and that's exactly the amount that you will need. Okay, so you'll need just over $100 in the Phantom wallet to launch your own coin. Okay, and that is, again, without any coding required. So here's where we would put our own name and our own symbol and our own image, and we'd base it on a funny meme we found, or we'd base it on a tweet from a celebrity or a movie or whatever. We're not actually going to do that because to get that to work, you are going to need an insane amount of luck, some good marketing, and you need to know people really in order to get them to purchase your coin initially. So instead, we're going to use the copy trending tab. Now, this is a tab that shows you all these different coins that have already done well on the pump market. Now, with that, you have got several bits of information. You've got the name, you've got the market cap, and you've got when they were last paired. It takes that coin, puts it onto Meteora as a copy, and then you can take advantage of all of that marketing hype. If you are not happy with the coins that you've got, you can hit refresh and take another quick look and see what else comes up. So I only tend to run these for a few moments. I don't even really run them for a full hour. So any of these coins are good for what we want. I mean, in fact, I might go with Waddles the pig. Why not? Waddles is cute. Let's do that. So again, you can just pick these based off vibes if you really want. But anyway, let's proceed. Let's hit confirm, and let's tick a box and hit confirm again. This is just you confirming that you're aware that you can lose your capital. Obviously, it's at risk. It always is in the meme coin business, but now we have created our coin. So it's created, but it currently has no value, so it can't go on the market. We need to create a liquidity pool. With this liquidity pool, what we're going to do is invest a little bit of our own Solana into the coin, and with that, it will then go onto market. So the only thing we need to change here is not the amount of coins or the name or anything like that. It's just the amount of Solana we are going to put into that coin. Now, I typically put in 0.2 Solana. That's how much I typically spend on a investment in a coin, and it has worked out really well for me so far. So if you're doing this for the first time, I would highly recommend you go with the 0.2. You can experiment later on if you like, but for first timers, roll with the 0.2. All right, so here we go. Here's our pool available. So we've got our pooled SOL, which is at 0.2. We've got our value at 1484, and the amount amount of tokens. All these numbers are due to change. Now, before we have a look on DexScreener and see how our coin will do when it goes live, we are first of all going to hit the lightning bolt button. Now, this is a crucial step in this process. This is a booster that will put our token to the top of DexScreener's trending list for an hour. This allows us to be seen by bots and by trend chasers who don't think too much before they click things. And that's what we're going to be taking advantage of. We want that initial market kick, that initial hype and momentum that will get others to buy it. It costs us 0.25 Solana, but this is a worthwhile investment because it will get that money generating very, very quickly. And you will see shortly once I confirm the transaction and we move over to DexScreener. So here we go, guys. Right, so now we are ready. We are going to hit DexScreener and we are going to have a look and see how our coin performs. So just give it time to refresh. It's been running for a little bit now. There we go. So we're at 31 traders already. Volume is kicking up already. We've got nearly 10K's worth of volume. That's fantastic. Market cap is going up and up steadily. Liquidity did peak 1K. It's gone back down a bit, but it will obviously kick back up. These things ebb and flow. They always do. Right, so as you can see, it's that easy to start generating some serious hype in your coin. Now, if you would like to win half of what I make from this coin, like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I will put you into a prize draw where you could win half of what I make on this coin. Not going to run this for very long. We're going to go back to createcoin.fun, and then we are going to have a quick refresh and have a look and see how much money our coin is now worth. You can also, if you'd like, have a look on the left and see the amount of pooled SOL. That is the amount of crypto that has been put into our coin, and obviously the value is the dollar value once it's been converted into dollars. So hopefully this refresh, there we go, perfect. 1.26K, guys. Remember, we started at $14 and we're now at 1.26K. Hit the minus 100%, remove all that liquidity, confirm. It goes straight into your pocket and it's all yours to play with now. 1,265 from $100. It's that easy. Everyone's going to be getting on this method. Get on it quickly.